Here we have a Honda C90, recently found in a barn in North Wales. I think the farmer must have used it for rounding up his sheep. So, having inspected the bike, I find it's completely rust all everywhere on the bike. The wheel seems to be okay, the engine's okay, but the frame is totally scrapped. In fact, I found a chicken under the seat. But joking apart, the frame is beyond repair. Totally rusted. So that's a trip to the scrapyard for that frame. I might keep the dampers. I'll test them and see what I think. The wheels appear to be okay. Like I said, the frame is crap. The wheels, I might be able to replace the rims and spokes, keep the hubs. Swinging arm okay, and the front forks are okay, so I can salvage those. Engine's okay. So let's start dismantling the bike. So I've now removed the engine from the frame and start stripping down the rest of it. Handlebars off and then remove the forks. Hope I can remember where all these wires go. Like I said, the frame is totally rusted out, so that's a trip to scrapyard. But by the wonders of the web, I have now found a replacement frame. Just a little surface rust, a good rubbing down and rust proofing, and matter of stripping everything off this old frame now. So that's what I've done, and the only part I'm left with is the centre stand, which is seized in. I'm going to have to grind that out. So what have we got left after the strip down? Let me see, we've got two wheels, front mudguards and forks, rear mudguard, swinging arm and engine. So here we have the new frame. I've rubbed it down and rust proofed it, and to help with the rust problem which I had on the last frame, I've undersealed the rear mudguard and also undersealed the petrol tank bay with a rubber compound. I've also rust proofed the swinging arm and the forks, and then we're going to have to put a top coat on all these. Hang on a minute, I can hear a voice in the background. Oh, it's the forelady. That's the one who gives me the orders and tells me what to do, don't you? Yes, get on with it. See what I mean? Anyway, by the wonders of television, I've now put a first top coat on the frame. We'll need another top coat and then wet and dry. Same with the swinging arm, somewhere down there on the seat. So I'll wet and dry the frame. I'm not talking about the weather forecast. And then rebuild. Now put the forks on the frame, reinstall the wiring, and cleaned up the engine, so that's got to be lifted into the frame, which I have done by the help of a frame lift. So I managed to get that in single-handed, wasn't too difficult. Right, so rear mudguard on, new backlights fitting, handlebars fitted. Still got to sort the wiring out, 2 wires left over. Everything seemed to match up except for 2 wires. I have to consult the wiring diagram. So let's have a look. I bought some new dampers only to find out that the top bush was undersized. Mine was 12, the one supplied aftermarket part was 10mm. So I had to shove out the centre bush and replace it with the old one. Dampers now fitted. Still working on that wiring. So I'm going to keep the tyres, they seem to be okay. So new inner tubes and on to the wheels. Now I had 1 or 2 problems with all these aftermarket parts I bought. The silencer, I bought a new silencer. The bracket was totally out of line. I had to reshape the bracket to make it fit. Same with the chain guard, I bought an aftermarket chain guard. All the fixtures and holes on that were all out of line. I had to rework that. The leg shield, I had to manipulate that to get it to fit. In fact, all the aftermarket parts I've bought have all had slight problems. But anyway, the bike is now coming close to completion, so it's a matter of testing it and testing the wiring. I think I've sorted that now. So next job, get the thing running. I'm going to have to contact the DVLA and see if I can keep the original registration, seeing as I've changed the frame.